What happens when you pair up 2 of the best DPS in the game for PvE and 3 of the best supports for PvE in one team? What you get is a completely ridiculous 130 million score in a single team. You can get a total of 130 million with just this team alone. This team alone, scoring 130 million, is higher than, I would say, 99.99% of players. Because if I only ran that team, I would be ranked 19. Or no, I would be ranked like 17 or something, right here. This one team is scoring higher than 99.9% of players. How crazy is that? But the showcase I'm going to show you is not a 130 million for this team, it's around 120 million. Because I opted to go for consistency. These are the sets on the team. Team 1 is pretty standard. I'm running Hilda now because I want the boss to not move at all. And Sloan, again, if you don't have R2 Uran, your Sloan will take a big hit in terms of DPS. Daji will be on the Thunder set and a lot of speed. Elaine will be on the Ocean set and Sakura on the Harmony set. Chuyao is here for the defense break and also the Seer debuff. Sachiko will be on the Ocean set and the 2P set does not matter. Your Elif is going to be on Calamity or Thor set with a decent amount of speed. Some speed here and there should work just fine because you need her to take a turn. And then your Feng Shun will be on Harmony set, really fast as well, crit damage, attack and speed. Xuanpin will be on the Relief set because when she procs the Relief, that's gonna AP boost your allies that has the Horse or Chariot buff. Lu Shang will be on the Astral set and counter. Again, when it comes to Elif, you want to have your allies take as many turns as possible. And then Embla will be on the Thunder set and Speed Boots. You can go with Attack Boots, but it's gonna be a lot of RNG. Going with Speed Boots will lower the RNG, but also lower your score a little bit. So my total score right now is 155 million. Team 1 and Team 2, again, could be better. Team 1, I'm only scoring about 16 million. Same as Team 2 as well. And then my Team 3 is the one that's carrying the entire team, right? Scoring between 120 million to 130 million. But it is a lot of RNG because you need to land the disease debuff on Embla. Alright, that's the Team 1 score, around 16 million. I got unlucky and got team wipe. Again, if you have R2 Uran, the score would easily reach 20 million plus because you would reset Sloan's S3 so that you have the Adelitic buff 100% of the time. And also resetting Hilda's S3 is going to be very good for you because you lower the chance of the boss taking a single turn. Now with this team, I think it might be better to go with Mateo if you do have him instead of Daji because Mateo can cycle way better than Daji. But since I don't have a Mateo, I opted to use Daji. It's not bad, it scores roughly 16 million, but that's mostly attributed to R6 Sakura, giving all of the speed and also the attack up. Alright, moving into Team 3, I have about 34 million score. My total score is 155 million, so you already know how much I'm scoring with this Team 3. Roughly 122 million. This is about the same as Sonica Team 1 at this point. The highest Team 1 Sonica I've seen is around 150 million. With R6 Liam, the average is around 120 million. And this team is reaching 130 million without Sonica's buff. Just purely off of a power creep from Elif R6 and also from the new support as well. At this point, I would say this guy is the highest value R0 in the game, especially for PvE. Even for PvP, he's really good as well. You can run him with Momo, which is a free unit at this point. And running him with Momo is very good because your Momo can just solo carry. He's really hard to die in PvP because he doesn't have an AoE attack. It's an AoE debuff, but it's not an attack, so he doesn't get counter attacked. And in PvE, like I said, I went from 370 million to, at this point, 475 million, I think. So 100 million increase across all 3 of the bosses. And he's R0 by the way. R0, no skill ups needed. I do skill him up just for the 2-turn silence, but I stop right there. I don't want to get him to minus the cooldown of his S3 because if you only use him for PvE, it's better to have his S3 cooldown longer because you want him to spam his S1, especially if you're running him with R6 Elif. If you're not running him with R6 Elif, then it's not a problem to level up his S3. Because when you run him with Elif, when you cast his S3, Elif will not proc the pursuit. And Feng Shun as well will not proc the pursuit because he doesn't do damage with his S3, right? So you want the cooldown to be longer so he doesn't spam it. And that also goes for his Divinate. If you only want to use him for PvE, do not get his Divinate. It actually makes him worse because it reduces his cooldown by 1 turn whenever he gets attacked. So he's gonna spam his S3 a lot. But yeah, back to this team. There's a lot of RNG with this team. You need to land the disease debuff from Embla. That's the reason why you do speed boots instead of attack. You want her to take a turn so that she can land the corrupted seed and land the disease debuff. It's very important to land disease debuff or sleep debuff on PHOBETOR, because if he gets 1 turn that you don't put a sleep debuff or disease debuff, he's gonna amplify his damage by a fuck ton, and he's gonna one-shot your entire team. So putting a disease debuff makes sure that he doesn't one-shot your units, and as long as you can have the disease debuff 100% of the time, you should be fine. Now I've also tried to run a sleep unit instead of Embla. It didn't work out too well. I ran Elaine in the team, but it didn't work out too well. The average score is roughly 70 million, which is already good enough, but when you run Embla is a side DPS as well, right? Doing like 30, sometimes even 40 million by herself. You'll see that when her Corrupted Seed procs, it does like 700,000 damage. Now at this point, Elif will do like 1 million plus with her S3. So take a look at this one. 1.06 million. It can go up to like 1.2 million. She still does not have the maximum stacks of Lu Sheng. Her total combo of S1 and S3 can go up to like 2.5 million, something like that. Okay, let's see here. The Corrupted Seed is about to pop. That's 500k on S1 alone. 1.58 million. And at this point, Elif is doing 1.3 million with her S3. Boom. 1.48 million, okay? That wasn't a single turn that the boss got the buff that he just one-shots your team, because Embla with a lot of speed can provide the 100% uptime on the disease debuff. Look at this. The average damage per turn is around 1.3 million. Like, how crazy is that? Look, 486,000, 775,000, and 844,000 plus 1.2 million. That's 1 turn, by the way. And this is the total score. 31 million on Embla, 82 million on Elif, and 7.6 million on Feng Shun. That is roughly 121, something like that. 121 million by itself. So yeah, that's about it. Again, this guy is absolutely insane. You don't have to run him with Elif if you don't have an R6 Elif. But since R6 Elif is the current best PvE DPS in the game, running them together will yield you the best result. But yeah, that's about it. Ciao.